My friend, I've been put in a similar situation before too, where I was chilling with some homies. So this is when I'm like 17, 18.
Yeah.
By then, my focus is I'm trying to get to college.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like go down a straight path, not get into any trouble. I'm hanging out and a group of maybe like 15 dudes walk into where we're hanging out at. It's outdoor area, outdoor seating, right? And there's like 2 islands, right? So I'm sitting on one side and then this other group of guys come in and then they sit on the other side. Pretty good amount of distance between us. And then I just kind of look at them and then I'm like, these dudes kind of look like, they're up to no good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter, right? So I don't really think anything of it. And then maybe about like 15 minutes later, like me and my homies are just sitting and talking. And mind you, most of these guys that I'm with are never were really involved in that type of stuff. They're good guys, One other homie was, but 2 girls walk by our table. They're pretty cute. They walk by this way and then stop like a little bit past our table and then start walking back. I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. Yeah. I thought they were like going somewhere, maybe to the bathroom or to a store, whatever. And then they're cute. So I say, hey, what's up, right? I just say, hey, what's up? And then they look and they smile at me. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just go back to talking with my homies. Maybe not a minute later, I start to see like 5 dudes starting to walk over to our area.
Yeah.
And then it catches I see it from the corner of my eye. So I turn my head and I look, and then they're walking over and they're dogging me.
Uh-huh.
And I get fucking irritated, like I don't think I still had that maturity to check my emotions.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck you looking at, man?
Yeah.
I said that to him, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck you say? Vietnamese guy.
Yeah.
I said, what the fuck you looking at? Walks over. And then he gets in my face, so I get up.
Uh-huh.
And then his other homies who came with him, they stand behind the friends that I'm with. Now, the friends that I'm with have their back turned to them.
Oh, shit.
They're standing behind them. I see these fools pull out shanks and then put it under their shirt like this. So this guy who's coming up to here to me is sitting here fucking just talking shit to my face, right? Meanwhile, I'm just looking at those dudes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I swear to God, this felt like a fucking eternity.
Yeah.
It was maybe like a minute, 2 minute long. And so I'm like, what the like, I want to fucking like bank this dude, right? I'm gonna fuck this dude up. But as soon as I punch this dude, my homies are gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
So all these thoughts are running through my head. Like, I'm like, dude, what do I fucking do?
That gives me anxiety.
No, for sure. So I'm thinking like, oh fuck, if they get stabbed, their parents are gonna fucking have to, go get them at the hospital. Maybe they're gonna die. Like what? Because I can't. And then this dude shoved me, right? That's when I made a fist and I was like, oh, you fucking.
Yeah.
And then my other homie gets up out of his seat too, and this is the only one other homie who's like, who's kind of from that same background.
Yeah.
So he was down, right? But then I still am in a predicament. I'm like, what the fuck do I do here?
Yeah.
And then the only thing that fucking I couldn't take action. I was like paralyzed, I had a fist. I was fucking angry, but then I'm like, these dudes are gonna fuck. As soon as I punch him, boom, boom, like from the back. That's it.
Yeah.
Luckily, thank fucking God, cops showed up.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's the only fucking time I was glad to see 5-0, Only time in my fucking life. Cops show up. What's going on here? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, nothing, officer. We're just all friends. We're just talking,
Oh man, I would have snitched so fast, dog. I would have been the biggest snitch ever. I'm like, officer, those men have knives on them and they're trying to assault me.
No. So I was just like, nothing's going on, officer. We're just all friends. We're just talking. We're just hanging out. He's like, you sure nothing's going on here? I was like, nah, it's cool.
Dog,
it's
I
cool.
would have been blinking like this. I was like, officer, nothing's going on. I would have blinked my eyes super hard. What's wrong with your eyes, son? You need to fucking see this shit.
You see?
Yeah, I would have been like this, motherfucker.
And then so after that happened, those guys left, right? They went back to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, little did they know, there was actually another table, a group of guys that we knew, and they saw shit was going down too, and they had bottles on them, so they were starting to pour out their drinks, ready to fucking hit the guys who were standing behind my friends. They're behind those guys, and so it was just like this, just fucking clusterfuck of a situation, you know. And all of it would have triggered with me throwing that punch. Yeah. And the guy who came up to me, he never like punched me. He just kept pushing me. Yeah. Right.
He wanted you to do something.
Yeah, he wanted me to. Yeah, exactly. He was instigating. And like, I was like, oh, thank fucking God, like that situation kind of died the way it died. And then I saw 5 minutes later, those dudes bounced. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? We should get the fuck out of here too. Let's leave, right? So we leave. After we leave from the parking lot, maybe about 10 minutes later, my homie calls me. He's like, hey, you guys left for sure, right? And I was like, yeah, why? What's up? He's like, I just came to get some gas, and those guys are at the gas station. Oh, shit. Like, I don't think they recognize me, but I hear them over talking. They're calling their friends to bring guns, and they're going to go back there.
God damn.
You know, so like if we stuck around, they probably would have lit us up, you know?
You should have just told the cop, they have weapons on them, officer, and I am a good Christian boy. Dog, I would have snitched so fast, dude. You know I'm not about that life. I'm like, motherfucker, I would have been crying.
No, but the thing is, though, it's like, you know, kind of it's like if you have an exchange of words, you got to be ready for it to, you know, get to that level, right? I mean, I've had friends get stabbed from trying to stop a fight. Yeah. You know, because shit pops off and they're trying to get in the middle and they get stabbed, you know? So it's like, you can't be around that type of environment, that type of people, even if you're like the most peaceful dude.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Right. And not expect something to happen. And so like, I think I told you the story too. Like once I got into college and then I would connect with some of these, you know, friends or whatever, like one time, we're hanging out in front of a dude's driveway, just kicking it. Cars driving by. Everybody's acting a little bit weird every time a car drives by, like a little bit, you know, kind of fidgety. I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck's going on? Is there something I should know about? Like, you guys are acting weird every time a car is driving by. Like, you know, let's just say, get ready to duck and roll.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm good on that, man. Yeah. I'm in college now, you know, I don't need that shit. I just fucking left, you know? But
I think like that's the thing too, when it's weird, like when I hear these stories, like I go back to that moment where I'm just like this young little goofy kid and I see that dude get his fucking Air Force One spit on and then fucking a bunch of dudes stand up and they're all strapped. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and I remember too, like in that moment, what it felt like. I could kind of feel it now. I was scared. Those moments where you feel like you're going to die feel like a fucking eternity. Yeah. I think that altercation had to be at most maybe 40 seconds. Right, 40 seconds to a minute max. Right. That shit felt like 20 minutes.
Sure. When shit is